All right, how you guys doing? It's Mr. Janzik here. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about consumer choice and utility maximization. If you take a look, draw a little cartoon of me when I go shopping with Beth when she buys one thing, pair of shoes, 2 pairs of shoes, 7 pairs of shoes, 20 pairs of shoes, and so on and so forth. And we're going to talk about what consumer choice looks like and what utility maximization looks like. Okay, little foxtrot cartoon for you. All right, the son or the brother is eating a whole bunch of cookies, and his sister's trying to one-up her with 26, 27 cookies. Okay, basically what we're going to be looking at here, though, is the law of diminishing additional satisfaction and what that looks like. Okay, first thing we need to do is thinking about the margin. We've got the number of times watching a movie here, the marginal utility, and the price. All right, and would you go see the movie 3 times? Well, you get $5 worth of additional marginal utility or utility when you go see it the 3rd time. So notice that the total benefit is more than the total cost, but you would not watch the movie the 3rd time. So even though the benefit is greater than the total cost, by the time you go to that 3rd time, you really don't want to go there. Okay, so how do we calculate marginal utility? All right, over here we have slices of pizza in the first column. The second column we have total utility, and then we have marginal utility or benefit. And we figure that out by taking the difference between total utility from 0 to total utility from 1, which is 8, and then total utility from 1 to 2, which is going between 8 and 14, so that would be 6. Okay, so the question, and you go ahead and fill the rest of that chart out there, the question is, how many pizzas would you buy if the price was $2 per slice? Well, you know the marginal cost is going to be $2 for you, because each of the pieces cost $2, so that doesn't really change. Okay, so you want to figure out your marginal utility. We do that in the column there, and you want to get it to the point where it equals marginal cost. You always want to consume where marginal utility equals marginal cost, and that would be the 5th slice of pizza. Okay, and remember, you're going to continue to consume until marginal benefit equals marginal cost, always. Okay, so you plan on taking a vacation and you want to maximize utility. Based upon the information below, which should you choose? Okay, we know that Tahiti is going to give you 3,000 utils and Chicago is going to give you 1,000 utils. Okay, but the price to Tahiti is $3,000, whereas the price to Chicago is only $500. All right, and so your marginal utility per dollar is actually greater if you go to Chicago, so you're going to choose Chicago. All right, and calculating marginal utility per dollar allows you to compare products with different prices. So now how do we maximize our utility? We're trying to maximize our utility. All right, so we've got 2 choices here. We could go to the movies or we could go go-karting. All right, well, the marginal utility here in movies is in blue, and the marginal utility for go-karts is in red. All right, to figure out marginal utility divided by price, which is $10 here and $5 for go-karting, all right, we're going to run those numbers here in just a second, but if you only have $25, what combination of movies and go-karts maximizes utility? Well, marginal utility divided by price is 3, okay? Slide, oops, that slide. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to try to get the MU over P for movies to equal the MU over P for go-karts. And when they do, that's the amount of times you're going to go to those particular goods. So we've got second time at the movies, will give you 2. The first time going go-karting will give you 1. All right, so you go back to that utility maximization rule. All right, I'll take that away for a second. And the consumer's money should be spent so that the marginal utility per dollar of each good equals each other. Okay, so let me give you an example here. Here's apples and oranges. Okay, assume the apples cost $1 each and oranges cost $2 each. If the consumer has $7, identify the combination that maximizes the utility. Go ahead and pause it right here and figure it out. Pause. Okay, so you should have figured out that 3 apples and 2 oranges are the utility maximization. Okay, 3 apples and 2 oranges. And if you don't understand that, come to class and we'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. All right, one more example coming up here. Again, remember, utility maximization is the maximizing rule assumes that you're always going to consume where MU over P is equal. So Sasha, here's the example for Sasha. All right, What's the answer for 1? What's the answer for 2? Go ahead and figure it out. Press pause. Okay, now that you're done pausing it, you should figure out that the unit of bananas is 50 cents and Sasha will purchase fewer peanuts. Okay, we're going to practice this again a little bit more as we get closer to the reviews. We're going to have some review activities that kind of center around this. If you've got any questions, by all means, you can post them here on Edmodo or email them to me or talk to me a little bit about them tomorrow in class. But that is really about it for utility maximization and consumer behavior. Again, if you have any questions, just give me a call. Send me an email or send me an Edmodo, and or I'll see you tomorrow in class. Thanks.